I'm Shannon. Today I am going to fix the brooder. I actually called company Brower who makes these brooders, and they informed me that they no longer have the water container for this particular model. So what they suggested was to change this panel out. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to change out this panel here. To do that, they didn't give very good directions, so I'm going to do it my way. So we're going to start by, I cleaned this brooder out and I just didn't put it back together. This is the droppings pan. You'll need to remove this to get to the bolts. You'll also need to remove the top. And you're going to need a screwdriver, a 7/8 wrench, and a 3/8 wrench. You have to take this piece off, so that's what we'll do next. I got sidetracked here. Had to do a couple of things. You have to take off this feeder. It's real simple. They're actually plastic. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off. Because they tend to rust a little bit because of the use. So that was easy. And the next part here that you have to take off, I'm actually going to have to take the wire out. This is the wire for. You'll want to take it out. It just pulls out. We'll be taking these loose here, which you can get to them from the back with the screwdriver, because one side has a screwdriver and the other side doesn't. Now here are the goats making all kinds of racket in the background. You could probably use a power tool to do this if you wanted. I've chosen not to because no real need for me. These are all the same. I'm just going to put them in my pocket so I don't lose them. This one until the battery goes dead. So anyway, all I'm doing now is putting it back together. And it really doesn't take that long to take it apart. It's really not that difficult to take it apart. So it's not really that hard to change this part. If I can do it, I'll tell you anybody can do it. It's really not that hard. This is not a hard, this is just taking it apart, putting it back together, and remembering where you took everything apart. If that makes sense. I made my own stand for this. There's actually an actual stand for these, but just because I have one, that's not what I use. So I have to put the rail back on here, I guess. It's like a 4-person job. As long as this is in here, it makes it a little easier when you're putting it back together. The nuts are the nice ones that only go one way, so you can't mess them up. I don't actually like how I don't like that you have to use a screwdriver on the inside, but that's how it's made. Probably hear the goats yelling because it is feeding time. And I could do this with power tools, but it doesn't have to be super tight. It needs to be tight, but not super tight. I'm sure you hear Tri-Tip back there yelling at me because he hasn't gotten his feed yet. I've had this brooder for, gosh, I don't know, probably 4 years, I guess. And this time we got 40 chicks instead of just having 20 like I usually do. As you can see, it takes back shape pretty quick. I think I've got 5 nuts and bolts back in it. Probably should have done this over at the garage, but I chose to do it over here. Okay, so now all I have to do is finish putting all these bolts back in and reattaching the feeder and then putting the water thing in there. So I'm not going to bore you with all of that. I just wanted you to see that the new panel fits identical. It's just sheet metal. It has a certain cut to it. It's got all the little holes drilled in the right places, and you just put it back together. No big deal. Well, good morning. It is day 2 of putting this brooder panel back on, and I just wanted to say that it wouldn't normally take this long, but I had other things that I had to do yesterday, so I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna put it back together and I'll show you. Okay, so before I put the thing back on the front here, I can go ahead and put the floor back in. Well, if I can put it in the right way, I guess. I'm not really sure why it's been up a little, because there hasn't been anything over here that could get it. It's just like a plastic coated hardware cloth. Stuff in it. Put this back on. For the whole reason why I had to take this apart is this hole right here. And this water, since they don't make the other one anymore. There was no directions on how to put this in, so I'm guessing here, guys. It looks like it just clips right in, just like so. And then of course this is a 3-liter water bottle, sits in there like so. Which means this thing here, you can take it out and wash it, which is a good thing. Now the other part here, it's like it's got extra pieces. I guess the one stays on one side and the other on the other. This little piece holds the little strap on it. It looks like a plastic strap, and it most likely will get replaced with a I thought that was the wrong size. It'll most likely get replaced with a bungee strap, because it's just just a little plastic strap, and they don't look like they stay on very good. It's a little windy. Okay, so it goes in like so. I'm guessing. And that's how it holds on. And hopefully it doesn't leak. That's what the inside looks like here after you've got it in there. Well, it's not a hard job. And I will tell you, I think anybody can do it, so there you go. Replacing a brooder panel so you can add a new waterer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share with your friends.